Hello everyone and welcome back to Heart Scrolls. Today we dive into the real-life journey of a man who has suddenly become a global trend, Zohran Mamdani, a young politician whose voice is rising from the streets of New York all the way into the international spotlight. This is not just a story about politics. It is a story about identity, struggle, compassion and courage. A story of a man born thousands of miles away in Uganda, raised in America and shaped by the pain and hopes of immigrant communities. In a world where most politicians follow the same path, Zohran chose a harder one, standing with people who are unheard, overlooked and forgotten. From fighting for tenants, taxi drivers and immigrants to raising his voice for justice in global issues, his journey is full of risk, criticism and powerful moments that reveal who he truly is. So today in this documentary we explore who is Zohran Mamdani, where did he come from, and why has he suddenly become one of the most talked about names in the United States. Stay with me as we uncover the full journey, from his roots to his rise, from his challenges to the impact he is creating today. In a city of 8 million dreams, a young man from immigrant roots began to speak louder than anyone expected. A man whose life carried the weight of two worlds, whose journey crossed continents, and whose courage slowly shook the political walls of New York. This is the story of Zohran Mamdani, a story of struggle, resistance, and a voice that refused to stay silent. Zohran's life began in a home shaped by two cultures. His mother was born in Uganda, his father came from a South Asian background. Their stories of migration, survival and hope formed the environment in which Zohran grew up. From a young age, he watched how different people lived, different realities, and one question followed him everywhere. Why do some people suffer while others live freely? That question quietly planted itself in his heart. When his family moved to New York City, Zohran entered a world full of extreme contrast. He saw rich people living in tall glass towers, and just a few blocks away, he saw immigrants fighting for rent, food, and dignity. He saw taxi drivers working all day with tired eyes. He saw families losing their homes because they couldn't afford rising rent, and he saw young people struggling to find identity in a city that moved too fast. These were not stories someone told him, these were facts he saw with his own eyes. One night changed everything for him. After a long day, Zohran sat in a yellow taxi. The driver was an African immigrant, exhausted and filled with quiet pain. The man said, "Brother, I work all day. I miss my kids. I'm barely keeping up with rent. This city wants our labor, but not our lives." Those words hit Zohran deeply. It was not just one man's pain, it was the pain of thousands. When Zohran stepped out of the taxi, he knew something had awakened inside him. Someone had to fight for these people, and maybe that someone was him. So he decided to run for public office. But he didn't run like traditional politicians. No big donors, no fancy teams, no expensive events. He started with nothing but determination, a backpack, and a small group of volunteers who believed in him. He went door to door, building to building, speaking to families who had never seen a politician visit their home. He didn't give speeches, he listened, and slowly people started to trust him. When election day arrived, almost everyone predicted he would lose, but something unexpected happened. Zohran Mamdani won. He defeated a powerful political machine using nothing but honesty, courage, and the support of working-class people. For many, his victory was not political, it was personal. Inside the New York State Assembly, Zohran did not sit quietly. He immediately began fighting for the people who trusted him. He worked for taxi drivers drowning in debt, for rideshare workers struggling to survive, for immigrant communities ignored for decades, for homeless families, for parents working multiple jobs, for young people searching for opportunity. His speeches were emotional, bold, and filled with truth. He challenged broken systems and questioned powerful structures. And because of this, many times he stood alone. The backlash came quickly. He received online attacks, media misrepresentations, political pressure, and personal insults. But he stayed calm, stayed focused, and stayed brave. His fight was never about fame, it was about fairness. In 2024 and 2025, everything changed again. Clips of his speeches went viral across social media. Millions of young Americans saw a leader who looked like them, spoke honestly, and cared deeply. Zohran became a symbol of fearless leadership, a reminder that politics can still be human, emotional, and real. There is one line he said that captured his mission perfectly. "I represent the people who keep this city alive, but the system keeps them invisible." That one sentence turned into a message carried by thousands, because it wasn't just words, it was truth. From the streets of New York to the screens of millions, Zohran Mamdani's story is far from over. He is still young, still fighting, still rising. His journey shows that great leaders can come from small apartments, great change can start in a taxi ride, and great courage can come from immigrant roots. His story is not ending, it is only beginning, and the movement he started is now bigger than one man. And that brings us to the end of our story of Zohran Mamdani, a man who continues to defy expectations and inspire thousands. His journey shows us that leadership is not only about power, it is about standing firm for people even when the world pushes back. Whether you agree with his politics or not, one thing is clear. His voice is shaping conversations that many were afraid to start, and his courage is encouraging a new generation to speak up with honesty and heart. Thank you for watching this deep dive into his life, his mission, and his growing influence. If you found this documentary meaningful, please like the video, subscribe to Heart Scrolls, and share it with someone who needs to hear this story. I'll see you in the next true story. Until then, stay curious, stay thoughtful, and stay inspired.